Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a Q&A and just talking to you guys about me, about my interests, about what I do for a living, and just a little bit more about myself. I did go on Instagram and I asked you guys some questions. My name is Gina. I am 23 years old. I do live in the state of California. I am half black African American and half Mexican. My dad was African American and my mom is Mexican. First question was, when did you start body sculpting? So for those of you that don't know, I do over the pandemic I did start a little small business of body sculpting. What body sculpting is it like helps your body kind of reshape itself by melting down the fat and skin tightening. And I used many different methods such as ultrasound cavitation, radio frequency, lymphatic drainage. Go in depth into a different video about body sculpting, but I got into body sculpting because I saw one of my friends do it, and I just saw how the results of the women that she was practicing on, and how the women from one session to 10 sessions, they would look really good, snatched. Go into this field and make women feel beautiful. By the way, if you hear me my voice kind of scratchy, I do have asthma, and I was having an asthma attack earlier on today, so I have a little bit of a cough. So I'm sorry if I start coughing out of nowhere. I'm also in the nursing field, so I thought it would be great to, be able to help people out. And I have a passion for beauty. I love the beauty industry. 2020 was when, I myself gained a lot of weight, and I was like, well, why not help women feel and look beautiful? So I started my little business. If you follow me on Instagram, I will put it here. Going back to the question, when did you start that? I started in June 2020. What made you want to pursue a career in body sculpting? I think I answered this question already. Just wanting to make women feel beautiful in their own skin, and helping them in a way where they feel beautiful, and I feel like I did my job. Another question is, what is it like being a full-time mom and full-time nursing student, especially during a pandemic? So I am going to nursing school, and due to the pandemic, our school actually got put on hold, and it's been hard. It's not the same thing going to nursing school and, with the medications and being able to see the knowledge that you have and put it in clinicals versus doing different things in clinicals and just not being able to be more hands-on is very scary. 2020 was a really hard year for a lot of us, and being a nursing student, it just we're healthcare workers. Our lives, I don't want to say our lives don't matter, but we put other people's lives before our lives. So 2020 was a year where for at least for me, I was like, do I really want to be a nurse? And I do love nursing. I do want to do it, but it was really challenging. So it says, do you want more kids? At first I said I did, but kids require a lot of time, and I feel like I'm very focused on my school and on my business right now, and I just have goals that I feel like I need to be with my kids and spend more time with them, because they are a handful. And you know, my son also, if you've been watching my videos or keeping up with me, you know that my son does have what's called a horseshoe kidney checkups during his whole life. So I think about it and I'm like, do I really want to have more kids to bring them to suffer? Might as well just be able to give them everything that I have and that I'm able to give them. So the next question says, how did you pick the names for your kids? I love Prima J. I love them to death. I'm like a diehard fan. And my daughter's name was actually going to be Ruth until like I was 8 or 9 months pregnant. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to change her name. And I loved the name Janelle. I thought it was like very unique, very pretty. I named my daughter Janelle. And with my son, it was really, he had no name. He was born, and I remember they put my last name and then baby boy, because he had no name. They called me for the birth certificate, and they're like, what's his name gonna be? And I was just like, Jaden. And they were like, okay, and they named him. That's just, I had already liked the name Jaden, but I didn't know if I was going to go with it, and it just happened to be Jaden. Please stay organized with your lash brand, body sculpting, mom life, student life, and wife life. So yes, I am married. I've been married for almost 4 years. I wish there was more time, more hours in the day to be able to organize myself, but I just can't. It's very hard, especially like having 2 babies back to back, where my daughter is up and about and my son is like barely even trying to stand up, you know, while going to school and having my own business. So I would just say definitely have time. You know, I usually book my things really back to back, which kind of isn't good all the time. But like if I have school from like 7 to 2, then I'll work from like 3 to 7. And then, you know, I'll have time for my kids in the afternoon. My mom is very good and helps me. And I'm very, very thankful to have my mom. Because if I did not have her, I would probably be lost. She helps me a lot with my kids. And with anything that I need. And with my body sculpting, I am mobile. So I am in Southern California and Northern California. So, you know, just having to travel with my business and being with my kids and being a full-time student, nursing student, which nursing is hard, to be honest. Like, it's hard. And I literally plan out my weeks ahead of time. How is it having kids running your own business? So like I think I answered this question too. Like I said, it's hard sometimes, and you know, thank you to all my clients that have truly been there with my struggles and have allowed me in their homes, in my home during the pandemic, like with my kid. Truly thank you. It means the world to me, to know that, you know, sometimes I have to work with my son in my arms, or you know, my daughter in the same room, and you know, not everybody gets to do that. So thank you so much to all my clients that have ever done anything for me. I appreciate it. The next question says, what are your stress relievers? I love to dance. Dancing has always been one of my hobbies. Whether it's English music or Spanish music, I love to dance. I might not be good at it, but I just love dancing. Another question says, did you ever feel like giving up your body sculpting, and what motivates you to keep going? Yes, I have gotten discouraged many times just because with having your own business, you have your own schedule, but it's also very hard sometimes to keep in mind that like I opened a business in the pandemic. So sometimes I didn't have clients. Sometimes I would have to change my hours, or some people were feeling sick and that was money lost. you know, at first I felt like I was not putting deposits and people would cancel on me. I would get 5-6 people canceling me in 1 week, and I would say, like, that's a lot of money that I'm wasting, that I could be dedicating to other clients. I'm pretty flexible, but as a business owner, like, I understand why business owners do that, because, you know, I get people that show up early, I get people that show up late, I have people that do no shows. So I've gotten discouraged a lot. What made you want to pursue your career as a nurse? So this is a little personal question, but you know, I don't mind answering it because it's my story. When I was the age of 5, my dad got a meningitis, and complications of the meningitis led him to be in a coma for 15 years. My mom started taking care of him. Growing up, all I knew was hospital rehabs, and you know, shout out to all the CNAs, all the RNAs, all the LVNs, all the RNs, all the RTs, everybody in the healthcare field right now that's working in the middle of the pandemic. It's crazy because everybody has their family, and you truly do put, you know, their lives before yours. So just shout out to everybody that has been working here in the healthcare worker, or even anybody, you know, in the medical assisting, everybody behind the scenes, that, you know, we don't think about, that make everything happen for us to be safe. I didn't want to become a nurse because I had suffered already with my life, and I didn't want to see other people's suffering from, you know, things that had happened to them. But I said, why not convert that pain, that hate towards having people suffer, and convert that into love and passion. So that's what I did, and I'm pursuing my nursing career. It's hard, but like I said, nothing's impossible if you put your mind to it. What advice would you like to receive before becoming a mom or a business owner? Definitely before becoming a mom, to all those youngsters that are watching this, I would say wait. I love my kids. I don't regret them in any way, but you can do so much in this world. I'd be done with school right now. I would be able to travel the world. I had gotten told many times before having my kids, don't do this, don't do that, and I just didn't listen. So for anybody that's watching this that needs that advice, listen. Business owner, I would say I would have wanted somebody to tell me how to administer money, because it's not easy. A lot of people think that just because they're business owners and they have their own schedule, they have all this money pocketed, and it's not easy, because I learned that you need to save. You need to save for the times that you're not going to have clients. Why did you want to start YouTube? I actually wanted to start YouTube for a while now. I'm actually really shy. I'm very out there and talk about real events, real things that have happened to me, real things that I like, my conversations. And yeah, I love makeup, and I just wanted to do something, have an audience, encourage people, give advice, and just tell people what I could have learned or how I did things, and have, you know, everybody has their own opinion, so having that interaction with you guys. That's it for this video, guys. Those are all my questions I had. Please let me know if you have any other questions for me, and I'll see you guys in my next video.